Yo, what's up, everyone? It's good to see you. I hope you're all having a good Wednesday today. Excuse me for a second. I'm also setting something up at the very least. First, I want that set up. Ow! Oh, yep, there it is. Ow! Hi, Yuto. Okay. So it's all set. But to everyone who is meeting me for the first time on both the YouTube and the Twitch side of things, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Digital-Bluez. I'm the Techno AI Vtuber who takes the intelligence out of artificial intelligence in hopes that my stupidity will either make people laugh or cry. Though I would hope it's the former because I would honestly hate to make people cry. I'm a variety streamer who streams a variety of games, composes a variety of music, as well as draws a variety of things. It's nice to meet every single one of you, and I hope you enjoy your stay here. Didn't really have anything planned for today aside from just like just a cute little art stream, I guess. If only because I've realized I've drawn way too much like nice things for people. I haven't even sat down and drawn anything for myself, and I figured that might have to change today. That's the plan anyway. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish what I'm drawing today, but I could at least put in the effort to, at least put in the effort to like I don't know, do something nice for myself. Before I actually begin with tonight's stream, anyway, first and foremost, where am I? What's my follower count at this point? Around 936 or so, last I checked. Should I talk about details now, or are we still good for later? I mean, if you want to talk about it now, we can definitely just. I mean, we can. It depends on how much of a secret you want to keep this under wraps, unless you want to like actually discuss the details like in public. That's up to you, really. Also, hi Ollie, good to see you. I hope you're doing pretty well today. What was I saying earlier? It's not a secret thing. Okay, well, if you're okay with discussing it on chat, then that'll be fine. It's just a bit hard for me to explain a lot with typing. Okay, well, if it's easier to explain outside of typing, then whichever's the easiest method of communication for you. Doing good. I'm glad you're doing good, Ollie. But yeah, and I think I may have mentioned it to you. You did mention to me the details of what you wanted specifically. I think I still have it screenshotted and archived in my phone. So yes, I do that in order to keep details of what people need. Should I be writing it down? Probably, but I find that it's easier to just screenshot it so I don't forget it later. I have my music set up, right? Okay, I do. Oh yeah, as I was saying, thanks again to everybody who's like, thanks to a lot of you guys, I am somewhat close to 1,000, like to 1K followers on Twitch, which I know you guys are probably going to be very tired of hearing me say that a lot, but it does mean a lot more to me than you guys can imagine. Like, I didn't think I'd ever get this far more than anything. You did pin it in our DMs. I do, oh, you just pinned that just now. I don't think it should be difficult. I don't think it should be difficult, but it would be interesting to experiment for that type of sound anyway. I've been meaning to like get in practice for like doing something of that what you're asking of me, Yuto. So it should be no problem. The only thing I don't remember is how long do you need it specifically. But yeah, thanks to you guys. I'm up to 1K on Twitch, almost up to 1K. If and when that does actually happen, I guess that's the point where I can start capitalizing and creating merch, I suppose, of because I always told myself I need bigger reach in order to like even think about selling like merchandise on my stuff. Everything from like stickers to a certain type of merch that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been asking me, or like are excited to see. The only thing is I need to figure out how to do that. Might be 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, that's still not too terrible or anything. When I get certain other commissions out of the way, though, Yuto, I will at the very least try to get you a like a work in progress, like sort of preview beforehand. That much I can guarantee at least. But yeah, if once as I was saying, once we hit 1K, that is when I guess I can consider that's when I can consider selling various other pieces of merch for myself as a VTuber. But that's only if we hit 1K. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I just don't really have the... I could have done it earlier now that I think about it, as I've been doing this for like 3 years, but I was like, I don't really have the reach for that right now, so... We'll save that until, like, we'll cross that bridge later once I get the goal first. But in any case, let's just go ahead and let me just start drawing the genderbent version of my model as a little mermaid. Boy, that transition was really convincing. You'll also have to forgive me if I sound, like, unfocused and untired. I've been working non-stop at, like, a lot of things lately. But there we go. Oh, I didn't even... There we are. Wanted to make myself a little bit bigger on screen. Where the hell's my tablet pen? Oh, there it is. Brush size set to 15. Okay, cool. That's a terrible shape to the nose. Aw, cute, it is the month of mermaids, isn't it? It is Mermay, as I was told earlier, in April. How you doing, Stillair? Nice to see you. Let me zoom out and get the whole thing out there. I don't see that many robotic mermaids being like circulated all over social media, so I thought, unless maybe I didn't see it earlier. Cute? Well, thank you. And who says Miko Lazuli can't do anything cute? Be like the lipstick or something. Maybe I don't have to draw it, I'll just like color it in. The shape of like the lipstick. There. It's a bit too curvy. Should be more jagged. There. Okay, that'll do. I need to finish some art things. You and me both. I wish I had time to, like, work on other personal things, really. I agree, honking geese. Honk! I don't know if anybody could hear that. Doing fine, was doing chores, but had to stop to wait for my cat to fall asleep. He usually sleeps with my mom, but this week she's not there, so I had to wait with him. Aww. Also, hey Malice, good to see you. Kitty over there just chilling in the background. How you doing, Kitty? Like the way the... think the eyelash might be too thick. Yeah, let me trim it down just a little bit. It is comfy. Had fun playing Jackbox stuff with Layla and her friends earlier. Oh, did I miss that stream? God damn it! I knew it was forgetting something today. How are you, by the way? I do admit I'm a bit exhausted between getting some like paperwork done for my student loans and just making sure that I'm physically fit with according to several doctors. I've been all over the place. It wasn't a stream, it was a Discord community night thing. Oh, sorry, I was under the assumption Layla was streaming today. Jackbox is fun. Jackbox is fun. It's too bad that when streamers try to stream it, it kind of attracts the worst type of people. You know, I'm just gonna use the ellipse tool. What the hell with this? Hi, Rajanka! I don't know why you're telling me to hurry up, it's art. I'm gonna take my time with this, thank you very much. Yeah, true, but it's good for collabs and community nights. It's true. Everybody in their respective communities gets to flex their funny brain or their comedy. Just like that. You know, it would probably help if I drew the eyelash first. She's been taking a break this week till tomorrow. Is that wait? When does her subathon begin for her office space? I forgot. That also slipped my mind until now. Tomorrow. Ah, got you. So she starts tomorrow. I'm assuming you're gonna be there. I'm obsessed with WarioWare. You know what? That's fair. WarioWare is a good time. What was the last WarioWare game anyway? I am always there. It's true. It doesn't seem like you never seem to like miss a stream of hers. Now that I think about it, Kitty, how did you find Layla? Were you just like browsing the Vtuber like tag just at random, or? Because it seems like Layla attracts like the best people out there, like the best kind of like community members. Way too close to the fringe of her hair. That'll do. She rated it to Froggy and Ariel. Forgot which specifically went to her channel for where I saw her do it multiple times with trans flag emotes, and I was like, this person seems cool. Oh, okay. You are right about one thing, though. Layla is pretty cool. I came across her channel on a whim while I was just browsing, like, the VTuber tag, and I'm like, she seems nice. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Screw it. I think the only thing I've grown to become more self-conscious about as I do art is the fact that, am I doing this on the right layer? Did I miss a pixel when I started coloring stuff? All that stuff. I'm always nervous about whether or not that I'm actually doing things on the right layer. You think I would have gotten better since I've been doing this for like 10 plus years now? Or 11 years now. Hold on, I gotta close the window here. I don't know if anybody can hear it in the background, but just the neighbors next door just revving their motorcycles like children. Art time. It is art time. I mean, drawing on the wrong layer is just the usual mistake we all do, dependent on my skill or habit. It's a bad habit sometimes, at least for me anyway. Arta. Hi Xena, how you doing? Like losing an eraser. Oops. There we go. You ate the eraser, Kitty. No, your intestines. you might need the. It might be bad for your intestines later. Good, save for being blinded by the sun for a minute. That's only for a brief minute. It'll all come back to you. Also, the music is incredibly loud in my ears. What's that? There we go. Wondering if I should also add more music to the playlist. I saw something I was like, huh? Turns stares directly at the sun. Xeno, why? So, which freaky perv commissioned you to draw this? I did, Bob. Nobody commissioned it. I just realized that I haven't exactly been... I've drawn a lot of nice things for people, whether commissioned or not, but then I realized I haven't drawn anything nice for myself in a while. Giddy, no, you'll lose your eyesight. Drawing for yourself is the best. It really is. No profit to be made, no promises of quote-unquote exposure by like the worst kind of people. Just something nice for myself for once. It's weird, every time I get like an idea for art, specifically like my Vtubers, or my Vtuber characters, I was like, I should probably commission someone else to do it. But then I'm like, wait, I could just draw the thing myself. Sure, it's probably gonna like exhaust me, but worth it. Maybe that's part of why my eyes are bad. 6-year-old Xena enjoyed the pretty fireball in the sky. Xena, please. You saw glory? I don't think glory would be the right thing to describe that. I don't know, it doesn't sound like glory. Or maybe it was for like a few brief moments, but then your retinas decided to disagree. True, that's why I want to draw in the first place. We can make what we want to see. How cool is that? That's true. The only problem is, again, I have way too many ideas. And it gets to the point where it becomes overwhelming and I'm like, I'll probably do that later. And then later becomes never, and then I just lose out like any opportunity to work on that idea, and it's a vicious cycle of suck sometimes. But that's okay. It just means I'll probably shelve that idea for another day. I need to start practicing again. It's been a month since I drew. I mean, taking a break from doing it or drawing is just as valid. A lot of people tend to like underestimate just how strenuous, or not strenuous. Strenuous is probably not the right word, but a lot of people tend to like overestimate, or rather underestimate how much thought actually goes into like doing art and stuff. That's true too. Maybe 1 in 10 ideas get made it best, but that's still cool. I wish I had the brain capacity and the willpower to just draw everything that my mind sees. I'd say strenuous is a fine word, it's all effort even if it's mental. I guess so, yeah. Oops. I kind of wish I could make these art streams just a little bit more entertaining for chat. If it's been a while and it's getting stressful, I just find doodling silly stuff is nice. Practicing is hard and the motivation rarely lasts. Yeah, I feel the exact same way about like making my own music sometimes. Especially since I'm always nervous of whether or not it's gonna do well. I think that's partially the reason why I've been kind of like lacking in like working on the what little covers that I've already worked on in the past, and like adding vocals to them, because I don't know, sometimes it just feels like it's just not going to pay off in a sense. Ow! Oh, for God's sake, ow! Couldn't you agree to be a much better way, Mystery? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, sometimes the for example, one of the I released an album in 2017, and while it did sell a few copies here and there, I kind of underperformed in that regard. Maybe I'm not sure how like the algorithms tend to work on like platforms such as YouTube and whatnot. I just upload and just kind of hope for the best, which is probably not a great strategy, but it's one of the few strategies I have left. I'm not quite sure why I like adding so much emphasis on like different parts of the line art, especially like details such as like muscle and hair and whatnot. I feel like that might be too thick, actually. Oh, to hell with it. It looks cool. I like muscle. I like muscle Miko. Well, I mean, yeah, bounty hunting isn't exactly for the weak, which is what Miko is. At least within like my own Vtuber lore, anyway. She also doubles as like a bounty hunter. How are you, Mystery? I don't know why I like making the line art so thick for certain details of the anatomy. I remember we made some prints of my sister's art, but only sold 1.5 price IRL and none online. It's hard. Made especially harder when there are thieves that just kind of want to like made especially harder when there are just thieves out there who just think they can just take that shit. That's like the shit that you make and then like try to turn a profit off of it. Did you ever watch Dog the Bounty Hunter? Sorta, but I wasn't really into it. Alright, I guess, all jokes aside, I'd say I'm learning a few things. Like what? What have you learned today, buddy? In regards to yourself, mainly? Like what? Don't keep us in suspense. What have you learned of yourself as of late? What have you learned about yourself as of late, buddy? Nobody should. I really don't want people giving up on this craft, though. Just something about myself I never really considered based on who I was hearing it from. Like what? If you don't want to share that, then that's fine. I'm just curious now. Now that you brought it up. It's about how chatty I tend to be IRL. What do you mean? I've been wanting to sell my nature pics because a lot of people love them, but I have an aunt who's a photographer, and she said that people who use their phones for pics aren't actual photographers, so that kind of hurt. Well, that's kind of mean. Well, if it's something you're serious about doing, Xena, perhaps invest. Sorry, if you're serious about pursuing it, Xena, perhaps you might want to consider investing in like the proper equipment for that. She didn't know that I do that. What, take photography? Getting the "you talk too much" dismissal from people for a chunk of my life here. I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but phones can be pretty cool pictures. There's no reason to gatekeep. I don't get that either. I don't get people who gatekeep from like human expression to begin with. Because let's be honest, that's what art is anyway, just human expression. I don't get the reason why some people find that it's okay to gatekeep shit like that. However, there are some circumstances for me in which gatekeeping might be necessary. But it was put into perspective by someone who didn't immediately dismiss me. Okay. It actually made me think, do I talk too much? I think picking up on when you should, like... Honestly, for me, what I've come to learn is, like, picking when and like how long you should yap for should be something that I understand that is something that some people can't really pick up on. I can't really give any like tips or recommendations considering I'm not exactly licensed or whatever to provide some sort of opinion. Also, hey Plague Daddy, good to see you. How are you today? Just got home? Well, welcome home. I took photography in college and was the only one who did phone pics, and everyone was jealous of my pics. Also, one became my mother on trips because he almost got hit by a car in New York. Wait, what? You're trying a new art style. Oh? I can't wait to see what the results of that art style is gonna look like. Enough. Like I've taken some pictures from my phone, so cameras. Like I've taken certain pictures from many devices, from phones to camera obscura, and I love all types of pictures. That's fair. You don't have to be, it's just a matter of realizing that maybe the problem was myself. It kind of flipped my thinking around from hearing this from someone who was not being judgmental about me, not these exact words of talk too much, but something akin to that. Okay. There's no shame in taking pics with your phone. It's your eye for the photo that's doing the work, though I would try learning using a camera. Yeah. I've seen some great photos being taken by like, I've seen some great photos that my mom has taken on like several trips and whatnot whenever she's like out and about, and her phone is a lot better than mine. I'm a little scared, to be honest, because I feel like it won't be good. Honestly, Ollie, not every piece of art that you experiment with ever turns out good. It's much better that like in my experience, it's much better that you at least tried to it's much better that you at least tried to do it rather than give up on it entirely. You know what I mean? Better to at least give it a shot and suck at it first than to never attempt it at all. Like, because even if you suck at it at first, you at least know that you can improve on it. I'm sure Bob Ross struggled in like certain fields of like painting before like being taken serious as a professional. My mom has a camera that's $600. I'm just nervous to use it, even though she gave it to me. Is it because it's delicate, or... I don't like that. Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, good enough. I think my favorite experience was taking pictures with camera obscura. I was in the photography club in high school, and it was very fun. Like, I can take pictures with a cardboard box. That's so cool. That does sound pretty cool. I never got to like try out anything like that before. Connecting with the theme here, it feels like myself never really tried at all to really think about what I need to change about myself. Wherever that thought takes you, Mystery, I hope you can benefit from it. Maybe benefit's not exactly the right word, but I kind of hope I understand what you understood what I meant. Maybe it's best if I use the curve tool for this, so I can at least get the shape somewhat right. That looks terrible. I guess I just needed a push in the right direction. A lot of us normally do. I just hear crunching and turn to see Xena staring at me eating. I'm like, what the fuck you come from? You're directing my stance on photography, it's an art of sorts. Well, yeah. It kind of also just astonishes me how it's 2025. Technology has made art vastly much more, I would also, not only accessible, but like much more advanced. And it still baffles me that some people don't consider it as a form of labor. Like, how are we still thinking this in 2025? Like, if it wasn't labor, why the hell are people still trying to steal it? I tend to take a neutral stance on a lot of things. Hopefully not a lot of things, because there are some things that you just should not be being silent or neutral about. I think the problem is how easy it is to copy / steal it. I mean, there have been multiple ways to like protect your artwork nowadays. I used to not be appreciative of art till I started practicing. I mean, I'm just speaking as someone who has like still like struggled to get like my foot in the door in terms of like working in the field of animation. And let me tell you, the amount of people. Hi, Chris. And the amount of people who try to like justify stealing it in any sort of way just pisses me the fuck off. I feel like those are people that love AI art. I don't even like calling the slop that it puts out art to begin with. It just seems like I'm just gonna call it as it is. Abominations. Now I'm like, holy shit, that must have taken hours to do that. Good on them. It's just fucking lazy. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, great. Hi, DZ, good to see you, buddy. Can we get a shout out for DZ as well, please? What's the... oh, there it is. There we go. Now my model is way too huge. There we go. Thanks, Dead Bob. Seriously, Xena? I do. Rude. You can't have a Lazuli stream without Lazuli. I mean, you're not wrong. How are you, though, DZ? So much worse. What am I doing? I myself haven't really looked into the whole mess regarding AI. All I know is artists are freaking out more than ever. Well, I mean, think of it this way. I mean, think of it this way. All the companies that you love to purchase games from, especially like a lot of other, and even some indie developers are like guilty of this. A lot of the investors in like the gaming industry would rather just invest in like generative AI tech for like the art assets of their games. Okay, guess we're not taking that. Okay. The mayor of my small town started using AI to make posters about the city and stuff. It's been so demoralizing, especially since I was considering practicing to make posters of that town after being inspired seeing a city poster made by another artist. Gross. And your people elected this mayor. Because believe it or not, I'll make them anyway. I'm sure they will be better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would still be much better anyway. But yeah, think of it this way, like, think of it this way. Why in the like, the fact that like a lot of companies would rather use AI art to like replace artists to make the assets for the game that is being developed. Of course, a lot of animators, such as myself in the industry, are just getting wholeheartedly pissed off at the whole thing. But what's really clear to me is that if you're confident in using generative AI for your advertising of all things, you know what that just tells me? That tells me you don't have a fucking budget for what you're working with, or at least want to create. In a way, we dodge a bullet, but at the same time, we also lose out on work. It's very disheartening. I don't want to write stories anymore because I know publishers will go after the AI writers because they don't need to pay them. That's the point too. Yeah, but that's the worst thing. He's not a bad guy. I've known him most of my life, and he's been good for the town overall. But most people just both don't realize the problems and don't actually care about artists. Like I'm not saying it's like the most important job in the world, but it is a job regardless. I'm just getting really fucking tired of like having like the labor being made to produce, like, you know, the art assets necessary for like whatever is going, like whatever event or whatever. I'm tired of just seeing that being dismissed. To be fair, a lot of people don't realize how these things work and how they need tons of someone else's work to operate, which is a huge red flag to me too. It literally just Frankenstein's monsters shit together, and I don't really like seeing that happen. It's more that people actually think that AI chatbots are correct that worries me. Oh my god, yeah, remember that trial? I don't know if anybody read up the story about like how in a public trial someone apparently died and like an AI chatbot was used to like get to corroborate a testimony on that person's behalf, and I'm like, there's no way this should stand up in fucking court of all places. Like, that's bullshit. Do that shit for me and I'll haunt your ass. I'm with you on that one, kitty. AI bots are always incorrect. Grok are AI bots incorrect. It's also, you know what? Speaking of Grok, it's funny to me that people were trying to like persuade Grok into right-wing ideology, and it just basically said no to like a lot of it. Musk is such a terrible parent, he can't even fucking program a child to love him. I think that's what I find to be hilarious more than anything. Gork, is this true? Bro was the only dude who could not make a racist AI. He can't even, like I said, he can't even program a child to love him. That's pathetic. I do not like the way this finger's panning out. I'll come back to the hand later. Let's at least get some work done on the tail. I feel like I set off a chain reaction. I mean, that's what happens when you have a conversation with most people. Sometimes one topic leads to another. Not that it's a bad thing. Well, it depends on the subject matter being discussed at hand, but I've been wanting to mention something to y'all for days, but it's rage-inducing. Why? What's going on? Thanks for the lurk, Trashy. Hold on a minute. Let's do this for you. There we go. Apparently, he doesn't even make a direct deposit when spawning his superior seed. He uses IV and CRISPR. That's kind of sad, actually. Oh, that's terrible. What am I doing? At least one finger's done. Who cares? He only wants males, which makes his daughter's victory over him all the sweeter. Take that, you sexist prick. My dad got all pissy at me for being trans because, ooh, I wanted a son, and then he had another kid with his new wife and it was a daughter. I probably shouldn't be laughing, but still, ha! Loser. No offense, kitty. Ow. Oh well, thank you for gifting a gift sub to Kitty Dead Bob. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Highly appreciated. My radio station, they've been saying that old people shouldn't go to the gym because of their wrinkles, and it's like, that's gross, that was too much. Then 3 days ago, they could not stop talking about hot women, only talked about how they would want, as a kid, had a hot dentist. They wouldn't be scared of dentists, they could only mention Dolly Parton being hot. Like, she's gorgeous, but she's done a lot of good things. Who let the fucking Uber Gooners onto the goddamn radio waves? EMI are going to fight. It doesn't want to cooperate with. Me and my iPad are going to fight. It doesn't want to cooperate with my Apple Pencil. I'm sorry, Ollie. On the one hand, I miss working with Procreate. On the other hand, I can't stand Apple products anymore. Just counterbalancing out all the shit going on in your Turf Island. It pissed me off. I mean, I don't blame you. That's just shit, bro. People shouldn't be parents if they already have set expectation for them, especially about things that one can't control, like gender or disability. I know what you mean, and I'm in the process of making the switch to PC art instead of tablet. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable using Apple products anymore, for one reason or another. That's my preference, granted. I understand that they have, like, their own, like, merit, but I don't know. Like, I liked working with Procreate, don't get me wrong, it's a great art software. By them, I mean their kids, I can't speak anymore. You know what, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. I'm using IBS, not Procreate. Oh, I'm sorry. Never been keen on Apple. Honestly, I prefer Pear. I'm more of a Mango kind of guy. They make good products, but wall them off. And I think that's the one thing I just can't stand, really. Oh, ad break is starting in a minute. For those of you who are on the Twitch side of things, I apologize to those of you who are not subscribed or anything. But please do stick around after the ad break, because I would love to talk to you guys a little bit more, if at all possible. Hell yeah, mangoes are great. And I'm not saying that just because it's one of the more I'm not saying that mostly because it's one of the more, like, popular fruits in the Philippines. Totally not the reason why. Pear, mango, no blueberries. I mean, blueberries are nice too. I put them all the I eat them all the time when I make, like, smoothies and whatnot. They're just that great of a berry. Haven't had mango in a while. Well, considering the summer is almost about upon us, now would be a good time to, like, get back into eating some. I don't know if I got it for my birthday and didn't want to seem ungrateful, so I use it. I mean, that's understandable. fruit in general is good. Dragon fruit is also really good, but I can't justify how like expensive it is to import it. Like I can't justify the import price on it to like eat it every now and then. Digi, can I show you my dragon fruit? Sure. I love spring, but the lack of fruit is drastic. No kidding. Now that I think about it, I don't really know what fruits are typically in season during spring. Which says a lot about me, considering I tend to... I've been, like, using a lot of fruits for, like, my diets and whatnot. I almost got a chance to try dragon fruit, but unfortunately I missed my chance. It's not bad. I do find the taste a bit, like, refreshing a bit. But, again, I can't really justify the import prices that I have to pay just to, like, just to eat it. The wagon. You've been using a lot of fruits instead of eating them? Should we ask? Well, yeah, I use them as ingredients for, like, my smoothies and whatnot. Mango, cherries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries even. All good stuff. All of them friggin' delicious. Good enough. Because if you eat them, what are you adding to? Because if you eat them, what are you adding to the blender? Please look at my dragon fruit. I beg, very important, and totally not a scam. Did you DM it to me or something? Hold on a minute. Oh, that's cute. I didn't even. I don't know what it's. I think I've never seen something like that before, actually. His name is Smoothie. Well, Smoothie is adorable. Make a smoothie by blending the fruit by chewing it and burning it to the cup. That's gross. I love smoothies so much. I do too. I'm actually kind of glad to have like my own little blender. If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would you eat? Oh, see, that's always a hard one because like I kind of need the nutritional value of like a lot of the like fruits and vegetables that are like available to us. If I had to pick just one though, like are we talking? I would eat potatoes. Potatoes are good. You can do like so much stuff with potatoes. Oh jeez, I don't even know. I was gonna give a cop-out answer and say sushi because it's like one of my more favorite things to dine on, but I don't know if I could stomach eating that all like for the rest of my life. This is a bit of a smoothie. In the brain, you mean? There's barely any fruit in spring because that's when flowers bloom. And that's weird. You think there'd be more fruits in season during spring, but no. There never is. And that confuses the hell out of me. Oh, trashing my mind wandered. My first and only dragon fruit was awful. No taste at all. I'm so sorry that that's the case. Dragon fruits are delicious. Most of them are during summer, and winter has apples and oranges, but then again, depends on where you live in the world. That's true. Wait, did I add this song to the playlist? I guess I did. You know what, I'm gonna use this instead. Yuto, if you're still there, what day is there like a specific due date that you need your BGM by, or I forgot to ask that earlier. Marching season is back for band. Ooh, that sounds fun. I got the fruit at a Walmart, so that may have been why. You know what? That explains it. If you get it from like a much more like suitable supermarket, you probably get better results. When you think something, then forget what you're thinking. Ain't that just me on a daily basis, though? Like, I have a thought, and then suddenly, poof, no more thought. It's a common occurrence, really. And I kind of hate that for me sometimes. I forgot I added this song to the playlist. What, Ollie, what is your role in like, marching band specifically? I don't remember if you told me that before, but I'm genuinely curious and would like to know. It was my fault, I got it home and waited 4 days to eat it. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. At least from, like, my experience, most dragon fruit that I've ever eaten, or, like, that was ever purchased at our house, it was usually eaten right away, because half the time, they would go bad, if left unattended after a while. Wait, sorry, my headphones died. What did you say? I asked, what's your position mostly in, or not position, but like, what is your role in, marching band? I don't remember if you ever told me, and if you have, I apologize if I had forgotten. I'm a clarinet player in the band and I march. Oh, nice. You probably have much more clarinet. You probably have much more clarinet skills compared to Squidward. Though I guess compared to him, that's not really much of a stretch, though, ain't it? I'm done with the line art for Miko. Yeah, I'm done with the line art. Let's color this shit in. First, I'm going to start with the eyes. That's the easiest part for me, anyway. Squidward is a pro at the clarinet. He is my role model. In that case, you have, I would say that the student has surpassed the master. I am so curious if you could do a Squidward laugh. If I was still nasally and sick, I probably could have. But, not anymore. I sadly can't do this Squidward laugh. I used to be able to when I was, like, you know, still, like, hacking and wheezing up a lung, like, several months ago. Ugh, I don't like the shape of how that eye is turning out. Yeah, that'll do. I knew I was forgetting one little detail. I could do a demonic voice, but it really hurts my vocal cords, but I still do it to scare people. Interesting. I'm rusty with marching band though, since concert band had me sitting. I'm sure you'll still do great. Also, I need to go to sleep. Have a good night / day, everyone. All right, Stellar. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your enjoy your rest. That's what I meant to say. Enjoy your rest. I need to build calf muscles up again since my legs are weak now. I also apparently need to focus on my calves a little bit more because, or maybe I've been working them out too hard because I woke up with a bad Charlie horse this morning. I don't know why they always tend to happen though when I am usually not working out or anything. I couldn't exercise properly yesterday because of a doctor visit I had to like take care of. Would like to also reiterate to everyone that this track was composed or produced by me, basically screwing around with Sega Genesis samples. Oh, I didn't draw the pupils. Oops. Oopsies. It's because your muscles are trying to heal and rest. So if you make any sudden movements, it will cramp up. Yeah, note to self. Don't immediately stretch upon waking up after doing, like, after doing 6.5 laps around a public track. Not ideal. Sounds like you didn't warm down properly. I guess not. I was also pretty tired and kind of in a rush that day. And always make sure you stretch before and after working, after workout before bed. Something that I neglect to do a lot. Like beforehand, stretching beforehand is not some. Stretching beforehand is something I've already been like accustomed to doing. It's after the fact that I forget to do. There we go. If any artists out there who are watching this at the moment and are like curious about like what eye colors that I have, at least from like my VTuber model specifically, they're black, but depending on the mood of my VTuber characters. What's this Sega Genesis sounding music here? I call it bebop. I call it bebop bar. It was something that I composed using nothing but Sega Genesis synthesizers and samples. Song has straight vibes. I love this. Well, thank you. In fact, I could even... Oh, I didn't have it looped. No wonder. In fact, I'll even link it in the chat so you guys can like check it out later and listen to it more if you'd like. I know it's on my YouTube channel here somewhere. There's a lot of crap that I gotta sift through. There we go. You'll also have to forgive the introduction to the video. It's old. it's very like dated. When I had absolutely no freaking clue how to animate with Photoshop stuff. But yeah, check this out. That was in order to buy a catastrophic event. Not really. Oh yeah, I should save it. Oh yeah, my work is saved. Now let's do the hair color. Oh yeah, thank you for also posting my Bandcamp. Now for the hair color. Wow, what time? In the end, the cat was told me to let it out of the bag. What you doing keeping cats in the bag, huh? Cats in a bag, rather, excuse me. Wait, Ollie, I'm confused. By Wawa, do you mean like water, or is that something I'm not even aware of what it is? I was being catcalled. I mean, fair. Oh, water. Okay. For some reason, I thought Wawa was like the name of a like food joint or something. And Rochi time. Oh, right. The king of the cockroaches, ladies and gentlemen. And none of the aboves. Set in. Now we do one of my favorite parts, and that's to give the highlights. You keep your cat in the hat. Okay, Dr. Seuss. Puns aside, this cat was bugging me for attention as such. Yeah, I feel that. My cat has, our cat Million has, like, a pretty bad habit of doing that in the morning. Or, like, late at night. Sometimes he'll be scratching at our door to, like, let him, our doors to, like, let him in and whatnot, but I'm like, my guy, it is... Sir, it is nighttime. Practically all of us are asleep at that point. Go to sleep, you little doofus. Like, I love you, but you can be a little doofus sometimes. I'm using too big of a brush. Can we also turn on the density a bit to, like, maybe 5? Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's much better. Let's add a little bit of highlights at the bottom. Yeah. That'll do the trick. The cat scratches at my door to let her out if she wants in. She'll start meowing at my windows. Your cat just chills outside like that? I wish my cat was more, I wish our cat was that chill. Or well-behaved to do such a thing. Air shading. I have an idea as to how I want to render the hair. Actually, let me redo the hair shading on this. It's not ours officially, guys. My Rochis are making too many Rochi biscuits. They're not making the biscuits out of their own people, are they? I think it's more of a neighborhood cat. Well, if it's a community cat, then I guess technically it would still be yours. Though I'm not really an expert on legal matters, even though I did study law at one point, but... Actually, the light is coming from here. That's where the light's coming from, so I gotta fix that. The light is coming from... Hold on. I'm doing this so that I can get like an idea of where the light source is coming from. The light is basically beaming off her in that direction, so the shading should be around here. Okay. What? No. Ollie. You are being truthful, correct? Of course. Mm-hmm. If you say so, buddy. She kind of just came into our lives of sorts about a year or two ago. And has no one made any efforts to, like, you know, properly adopt her? Like, I don't know. I'm not really a legal expert on the matter, but something might eventually have to be done for her. Oh, of course, I'm on the wrong friggin' layer. I feel like I should have a counter during these art streams that basically keeps track of how many times I've colored or like did something on the wrong layer. Would that be something you guys would be interested in, like having during art streams, like a little counter? There. 10 out of 10 idea would bully and abuse. Great. Now that that's done, we'll select this. Brush against the 10. There. That's much more properly shaded. That ought to do it. Okay. We have the highlights. This is the color of the hair highlights. Ugh. That's a little better. And we do shading, eraser tool, highlights. Just for a little bit more texture to the hair. There. That ought to do it. The hair is done now. Forgot to show this. Show what? probably also save my work just in case. $45-day stream, 45 stream streak. Holy shit! Thank you for sticking around for every stream, Zine. I appreciate that. What am I doing again? I temporarily forgot what I was doing. Kitty, seriously, man? Oh! Does anybody in chat have any ibuprofen? I got a headache now. The streams have been locked into my OCD. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Bonk. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, why am I saying thank you? Wait, why am I saying thank you like this? Thanks, friends. Very cool. Highly appreciated. Just my model. There we go. I'm also going to fill in all the pixels here that did not color properly. Oh yeah. Go. Bonk. Hammer. Jump! Hammer! Fire! That's all I can think about now. From like Mario and Luigi. Okay, so the shading is coming from, the light's coming from this direction, so that means this. Oh, that's fine. Let's see if the lighting is coming from. Ah, Jesus, what? Sorry, I don't know what that was, but a little bug was crawling on my arm and I didn't even notice. Stupid rocks. Blame the rocks and blame the rocks for the sudden assault. Take care, Mystery. Ingredients there. What was I talking about before, actually, now that I think about it? I feel like I went on a tangent, got interrupted, and then I don't remember what the hell I was saying earlier. Average art stream experience on twitch.tv/Digital-Bluez. Sometimes I hate myself when I, don't remember what I'm saying. O2 said he's snoring. Yuto fell asleep on in Joey's VC. O2 said he's snoring peacefully. Sounds like Yuto could really use the rest. He did just come back from a vacation. Maybe the jet lag finally caught up to him. Either way, I say let him rest peacefully. Please do not the sir. Feels like something's crawling up my arm, but it's just my own body hair, apparently. Probably did hit him hard. I've never been on a plane, so I have no idea what jet lag is like. I've only ever, my last vacation was 2003, but even then, I completely understand how jet lag is the worst. It kind of fucks with your sleep schedule, heavily, so I say let the man rest. Kitty, I like that you're I like how you're going ham on all of Layla's emotes. My sister used to do plane, but now she just drives here. I'm so glad she moved a bit closer. When she visits, I stay up until 2 a.m. to make sure she gets home safely. I always fall asleep in the recliner. They're cute. They are cute. I don't remember who did her emotes, though. They're really adorable. Whenever I see adorable emotes being, like, used in the chat, I can't help but think, man, I want to see more cute emotes like that. I still find it baffling that someone got all pissy about like someone using somebody else's emote on like their stream, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Honestly, when I get emotes commissioned, I'm gonna look into her emote artist. I'd say do it. Her emote artist is amazing as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I genuinely don't understand how some people are like getting all pissy about that. Like using someone else's emotes in their streams. Like, how is that promoting exactly? How is that self-promoting exactly? If you got them, you might as well use them. Let's add a little bit of sheen to her body though, because the sun is coming from that direction. Then it could use a little bit of, not wax per se, but like a little bit of sheen. Give it that. Make the muscles kind of pop on her body a bit. That'll do. You seeing people in other using other channel emotes in my chat. Holy shit, you're subbed to this better streamer and you're watching me instead. Hell yeah. Hold on, better streamer. Come on now, Kitty, you're not that bad. It's honestly fun to just like hear you go on a tangent about the games you're playing, so... I was going to use Throne to get some, but I have to wait. I think if I try to do emotes and redeems on my Chromebook, it'll freak out. That's understandable. How much have you saved up for your computer, by the way, Xena? Crap, I knew I was forgetting one detail that I forgot to draw. It was the rest of this. $617. Not bad. Hopefully you can get a decent one. I still don't recommend anyone getting like laptops or investing in them because of like how delicate some of them are, but if it's the best you can do on a budget, who am I to judge? That's where I started with my computer shenanigans anyway, on a laptop. I say when I don't have emotes yet. I'll rephrase without the self-deprecating joke, more popular streamer. I mean, that's fair. But no, I think, honestly, Kitty, I think you're doing great. It may not seem like it now, but I assure you, you are probably doing great. Most people just kind of, like, give up when the numbers don't add up to them as quickly as possible. Okay, now we work on the clothes. Oh wait, I didn't even color in her mouth. Oh wait. Also, that money has been from $10 per week. Well, holy shit! Or my parents give me whatever they have change from. I get that. Hopefully hopefully you land yourself something decent. Shade in the mouth. Shading. Yeah, honestly, Kitty, don't sell yourself short. You're doing pretty good. There's also like a slew of other people that I want to like collaborate with, but time zones can be a bitch. And by the time I'm usually ready to like collaborate with them on anything, I'm either extremely tired or everyone in this house is asleep, and I don't want to risk waking them up unnecessarily. Thank you, and I would admit I've had many say to get a PC too, some even demanding, but I'm like, I have a roommate I don't trust. I'm afraid they'll sign into my Twitch account to do something. That's understandable. Luba artwork. Are we really calling her this? Also, how you doing, Hamburger? Good to see you, buddy. Take a second to stretch for a sec, because my joints are killing me. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Caribou, how are you? I will call her this. I don't care about anyone else. I mean, that's your prerogative, but guess I can't really stop you as long as you don't say anything degrading about her after the fact. I've had people actually reach out to me when I said I was making like a body pillow of this particular model, and I kind of regret telling a few like IRL friends about it. Because the only thing that I've heard from them that they want to do to said body pillow are things that I can't even say on YouTube, so that's unfortunate. I just know that I don't really trust them anymore. Yep. Like, bro, I don't really care if you're gonna like. I don't necessarily care that much, but like at the same time, I don't need to know about your habits. I don't really need to know about that shit. That's just weird. Especially if I don't really know you that well. Like, could you perhaps like not for like 5 minutes? It's an attractive character, but Jesus Christ, right? Again, I don't need to know the habits of like strangers or friends that I don't even know very well. It just kind of grosses me out, man. Again, I don't care if that's what you're gonna do. Just don't be so forward and tell me about it. Don't be so fucking descriptive about it. It's kind of gross. I'm nervous when I get a model for that stuff, like that one person on YouTube who did the testosterone shit. That's actually why I redeemed performance mode when they did that, so you wouldn't get more disgusting comments that day. Xena, I could hardly give a shit. I'm gonna be straightforward with you here. I didn't really give a shit. I just thought it was rude that he said that. In fact, I was actually gonna include testosterone vampire in my fucking bio on Blue Sky, just because of how like morally degrading it might be, in case he ever comes across on my socials for God knows what reason. Please do that. I mean, I probably will. Just out of spite, just to spite the motherfucker. Right now, I don't know why, but it looks like a mix of Bluma and GLaDOS. GLaDOS is an interesting character to make a comparison to. Something. It's the singular leg. It's more like a fin, considering she's supposed to be a mermaid, but I haven't had guys be weird yet, and I'm not sure how I'll react to it yet. Forgive me for prying a little bit though, Kitty, but like, I'm under the assumption you have a girlfriend, do you not? The more I see it, the more I realize that she's hella ripped. She'd beat my ass. Unless there's a bounty on your head, Hamburger, I think you can rest assured that she probably won't. Unless you say something completely gross to her. I think you'll be just fine. Maybe that's part of her charm. Hey man, I know a lot of people who would pay good money to have people, she's a bounty hunter, hella sick lore drop. Yeah, alternate universe where she is a, bounty hunting AI. I think it should be like a gray? Yeah, that should be okay. We're poly, but yeah, though I'm a lesbian, so I wouldn't really respond to the way they want me to. Oh, I get you. People being weird is something that's always gonna happen. You kind of gotta ban, block, and move on. Mm-hmm. Or do what Porcelain Maid does and just, like, roast the shit out of them. Which, not gonna lie, I'm so tempted to do that half the time. Like, you think you could just waltz into my stream and just, like, disrupt the peace that's happening here between, like, you guys and like the viewers? Hell no. Try it again. We'll see how acting the fool. We'll see how acting the fool is gonna do for you. Trashy's right. Gotta hit them with that fuck you treatment. I mean, I would, but some of them aren't even my type. Okay. The holes are done at least. Let's go ahead and shade them in. Thank you. I can try that. I once did something stupid and shared a picture of myself to someone on Discord, and well, I had many uncomfortable comments that day. I'm trying to think of like a proper comeback you could use in any scenario. I'm so sorry for you, Xena. That must have been terrible. Yeah. I mean, I've always said this in the past, but just because it's the internet doesn't mean we should still let that shit run rampant. It's disgusting behavior that should not be tolerated under any circumstances. They weren't saying I was ugly, but yeah. I mean, I would like presume that that's not the case, but in either scenario, the internet has numbed people's sense of normalcy. That is, excuse me, that is correct, and I wish that weren't the case. course it was a spot. If you could see how messy my art was without the line art, it would. I think that would be catastrophic for all the parties involved. Okay, shading is in the correct spot. It's no worries. I just left that server. They were toxic and I hated it. My mom noticed a change in my attitude with them, but I learned to be careful with who I share selfies with. I was 19 at the time. Understandable. Like, I admit, I've said some dumb shit online that I wouldn't try to say someone's face, but I've apologized for saying those cruel, nasty things because I felt genuinely horrible about myself. Mike Tyson was right about one thing, though. Some people have gotten, like, way too comfortable saying stupid shit on the internet and haven't been punched in the face. Like, it clearly shows. Oh, ad break starting at 50 seconds, chat. I apologize to those of you who are not subscribed to the channel in any capacity, but I hope you guys stick around after the ad break because I would love to talk to you guys a little bit more if at all possible. Mike Tyson's a real one for that. I think it'd be funny to put a random goomer in, goomer? I don't know why I was thinking of Goombas for a sec. I think it'd be funny to put a random gooner in the chat on the spot and just hit my zoom right up on the camera toggle and just be like, yeah bro, go on. I know that Porcelain Maid has done that in the past on his streams, and let me just say, that man is a fucking legend for putting people on the spot, especially transphobes. We can only ever aspire to be as, like, petty and we can only ever aspire to be as petty and as legendary as that dude. Like, I'm not trying to, like, kiss up to him or anything, but, like, you know, giving credit where credit is due. That dude knows how to put up with a bunch of, like, the worst type of people on the internet. Okay, fella, keep talking. You want a pun, Xena? I'm trying to think of a mermaid pun. Like, you can't see it, but I literally put on like a hat to, like, emulate my my thinking cap. Real interesting stuff to hear. I get to hear you say, "Oh no, don't stop talking now. You were so eager to talk about your horrid actions. Come on, keep talking. Yeah, let us know what's going on." Oh boy. Do it. Oh my gosh, my parents can hear the stream. I have my headphones on and was wondering why I heard the stream twice. You're playing on my laptop and phone? Oops. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Xena. Highly appreciated. Oh wait, I haven't even given you a pun yet. Xena, I told a pretty funny joke to my Mermaid VTuber friends once. It made them laugh. Will that cut it for you? Yeah, I should also probably have how many cough drops left? I need to finish these before they expire. Where the hell are my cough drops? There we go. Kitty, you should know by now that terrible like Sans level puns are like the bread and butter of my humor. Ever since I cosplayed Sans in 2019, I practiced puns to like get into the character as Sans. I haven't stopped ever since. Aged cough drops. Well, thankfully that. Oh wait, hold on. I should read the expiration date on these. Where's the bag? Damn it! No, they spilled in my drawer. I gotta clean that shit up now. Okay, here we go. Let's see, they expire, I can't read that, but apparently, 0151 UA3. Oh, okay. Well, it expires in like 2 years, so I got like time to eat these. I probably shouldn't be popping them like Pez a lot, but they are pretty delicious. They're orange and calamansi flavored. I just wish hate against people being themselves wasn't a thing. Of course, I still shit like that, but I hate that I have to hide my identity of non-binary to my friends and family because nobody is an understanding individual in my state. I live in a red state. I am so sorry that that is the case for you, Hamburger. Word up to me. I would love to take a lot of my my friends from the States and bring them up here to Canada, but I can't. But I don't think I could realistically. And two, I would like to say that the politics up here in Canada aren't exactly that great either. The only difference is, of course, is that we apologize for that shit. Or at least had the balls to apologize for it. I helped my parents clean a wrecked car they were going to fix up and sell. There was expired cough drops in the glove compartment, and I meant so expired they turned into black slime and I was not wearing gloves. Gross! You know what, Canada doesn't sound like a bad idea. Be a therapist in Canada sounds dope. Wait, are you studying to be a licensed therapist, Hamburger? If you are, that sounds pretty... I hope to. That sounds pretty dope. I mean, worst comes to worst, I would if I could, I would gladly be a sponsor for, like, any of my friends in the States who want to, like, move up here. But like I said earlier, the politics up here in Canada aren't exactly that great either, so... I can't really vouch for like how well it'll go for people up here anyway. Luna told me about the city that she lives in. Alberta has been primarily like right-wing leaning for years, from what she has told me too, and I think that is just horrible, all things considered. I hope Carney isn't going to do a Kier stammer. Believe me, I think a lot of us are going to be holding him accountable for whatever dumb shit is going to happen next. I haven't exactly seen his cabinet members as of late, but hopefully nothing will go wrong. But I am going to assume something will at some point. Hold on, what am I doing? I could just do this. That wasn't too bad. US is a very low bar to pass, especially Red US. The bar is so low. I don't mean to pry about this, but like the bar is so set so low, you could literally just like, the bar is set so low that you could do you could literally step over it. Yet some people are just like fumbling and tripping all over it like crazy. It's nuts. Hate Red USA. United my ass. Everyone here wouldn't want to touch a gay person with a 10-foot pole. How is that united? That's the unfortunate thing, Hamburger. Nothing is united about that. Which is why I think which is why I've seen a lot of like Vtubers in the community or the scene as of late being very adamant about like keeping certain types of people away from their communities. And I think that's a good thing. All things considered, I would say that's a good thing that some people are like finally just not finally just not accepting that shit, at least within this space. I don't know if it's more prevalent in like other content creation spheres, like videographers and all that. Also, I do feel like Canada would be nicer to my brother. It would depend on what province you move to, but generally speaking, probably. I can't really speak on that though, because I don't know anybody within my family or like friends who are like officially documented as such. You know what pissed me off the most from legally saying there are two genders? The only time I've ever seen that man ever care about numbers if there's like monetary value attached to it. Healthcare would be cheaper probably. Well, I don't know about that, but I can say that doctor visits are at least covered by a at least within my province, doctor's visits are covered. Like, I don't know if it's any better for you there in the UK, Dead Bob, but... I think it looks better like that. Okay. It can be slow, but it's free. I would say it's the exact same thing here. There's a lot of delay for, like, certain things, like certain surgeries and whatnot, but generally most procedures are free. X-rays, for example, being one of them. X-rays, mammograms, I believe blood work is also done for free here. I think it's just certain things like podiatrists and eye examinations, I believe. Those are the two things that I know of that are not covered in my province. Love Azzy, but I wish he lived literally anywhere else. I am not making anyone move here with how they're handling immigration. Also, I will one day have to end up moving to the UK. I get that. Also, Kitty, I think it would be really cute between the two of you. Hi Zero, good to see you. How you doing? Can we get a shout out for Zero Eterna, please? How are you, Zero? Zero, I understand you have been DMing me a lot as of late, and I am so sorry that I never like answer your DMs or anything. But mostly because I am like generally a really busy person as of late. However, I understand that that is not an excuse for like at least not giving people like the benefit of like a hello or something, and for that I apologize. You're good, buddy. No worries, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, but I still need to do better. You know what's hella upsetting? The music artists I listen to reference a horrid example of non-acceptance bullshit. What do you mean? What was the artist name in question? Just think of it as saving them better than they learn not to do what they're being get peppered than shot. I carry pepper spray on me a lot, but I never use it when I need to. I hate hurting people. On that subject, actually, there is something that I do want to talk about. Do most people, like, not understand the concept of, like, self-defense? I feel like a lot of people don't really seem to understand the concept of what self-defense really is. Just wanted to come in here real quick, see how you were doing. I'm going to be going back to my stream here in just a moment, but I wanted to leave you a good lurk. I'm hoping that you're having a good, amazing stream today, buddy. Thanks, Zero. I appreciate you stopping by regardless. I know people who don't know about evicting people with reasonable force. Oh boy, yeah. That's a whole can of worms in and of itself. I like Femtinel and in their song Worldwide, they have the line next, and after digging deeper into it, it was a case of bullies brutally beating a trans kid in the bathroom, and the kid died a day later due to head injuries. Note Worldwide is a collab song with the artist Zombie. Is that... Wait. Back up. You mean to tell me that someone tried to, like... You mean to tell me someone tried to profit off of that? That's scummy. I would hope that... Unless I just misinterpreted that wrong. I see it as hurting immediately. I had a guy stroking my butt in front of my brother, and I just looked horrified. There was pepper spray in my hand. Wait, back up. Just hurting admittedly. I had a guy... I mean, like, the literal definition of, like, self-defense is to use the appropriate amount of, like, force needed to, like, stop the threat. If the guy backed the fuck off, then... yeah, I would say, and like just left you guys alone, then yeah, that counts as self-defense. But like anything else after, like any excessive force after the fact, from what I understood in law, like for the first few times I studied law in high school, that counts as retaliation if you fuck up somewhere down the line. So, can you repeat what you said? My stream had issues. Oh, I was basically saying, Hamburger, don't tell me these artists tried to like capitalize on that tragic accident, because that pissed me off too. He ran off, but it went on for a minute. What went off? Oh, what went on? He ran off, but it went on for a minute. Also, it probably is hard for me to speak with a cough drop in my mouth. I apologize. My throat has been needing it as of late. Oh, no. Both artists are trans, and the song released, I think, a year or two after the incident. Oh, okay. Because I've never heard of these artists before, and I was deeply concerned for a sec. Bit of a shiny looking tail. To reflect the sunlight mostly. The touching. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you had you were in your own. You were in the right to protect yourself in that way. Some people just don't learn, Xena. So I'm glad that they at least backed the fuck off when they were supposed to. Now we put a little ring. Oops. Put a little ring in between there. Another thing, the song talks about politics a lot, so they mentioned while also talking about how everyone is desensitized and are forced into fight with Democrats and Republicans. I mean, that I get that. I've never even heard of these people until now, to be honest. Which is strange, because, like, you know, my whole shtick is making music, but there are also some artists I've never even heard of in my life. Add a little bit of glow here. And then what we do is filter, blur for a quick glow effect, and voila! There is now glow in these specific areas. I like fentanyl. My brain nourishment is fentanyl. I gotta look into these guys. Or these ladies. Alright, now let's work on the tail. Or fin, rather. Fin. Okay. There's gonna be a bit of a transparency, which is why I didn't really, like, color this part in. I'm also gonna save my work. Fentanyl is a trans femme Canadian artist, single person. Interesting. Why have I never heard of these? Heard of fentanyl yet? I think I'm gonna take up martial arts again soon. I would like to do that as well. I was a blue belt in Goju Ryu style karate, but I kind of want to expand a bit and learn a new art altogether. I was thinking kickboxing. Kickboxing for, like, fighting on my feet, and then probably Brazilian jiu-jitsu when, like, when it comes to grapple work. I was also thinking wrestling, but I don't know how, like, useful it would be for me in most situations. When I say single, I didn't mean, like, relationship-wise, I mean the artist is only one person. That was worded weird. No, don't worry, I completely understood what you meant by that, Hamburger. I completely picked up on that, you're good. So we'll set this to pass it to 60. Same with the shading. There. Maybe I should make it glow as well. Yeah, why not? Duplicate layer. Thin. Oh, let's see what it looks like if I make it glow. And by glow, I mean this. Blur. I don't know if I can see it, but It's got a subtle glow there. I don't know if anybody can see it, but it is there. That should do it. She's looking good. Well, thank you. I took it in college, but I just said sorry nonstop to my partner. I barely touched them. I see. Okay. That's done. Now we just gotta draw in the background. Don't need that anymore. Let's work on the coloring. Or the background, rather. G elements. Do I have a rock brush somewhere that I could use? My partner and teacher was like, "You do know this is the point of the class." I'm like, "But I'm hurting them." Well, yeah. Honestly though, Xena, the amount of bruises I used to have from like sparring in martial arts is numerous. It was a pain in the, it was a literal pain in the ass, but it was worth it. I know I have a rock brush somewhere. I'd rather just use the brush, rock brush, as opposed to like drawing them in. I think I have it somewhere. It also helped that it didn't had crushed my partner. Aww. I gotta crash my dude, but thanks for the stream and cool art. No worries, Dead Bob. Thank you for stopping by. Please enjoy the rest of your... Well, please enjoy your rest. I'll say that. Enjoy your rest, sir. And thank you again for the gift sub to Kitty. You all rest well. Likewise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Or rest. You understand what I mean. Why in the world is that rock brush I had? I used to have one. What happened to it? That's not it. One thing you guys also are going to learn very quickly is how much of a rambling moron I am when it comes to like art. Sometimes I will say things out loud just to help me like put into words what I'm supposed to say. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'll just draw it manually. Rocks, outline. I'll just draw the rocks manually as opposed to using a rock brush. No worries, it's nice, it's very fun. It's fun to hear me ramble like a raving lunatic at like 9:30 at night. Not that I'm complaining, I just don't really see the merit to it, really. Yep, that'll do. Yes, all right, if you say so. But I can't be held responsible if I weird you out with whatever it is that I say. Just very quick rocks, and then we'll work on the sky. We'll of course use a midday sky, like so. And then we'll use the ocean, so ocean. It's like having, it's like being in a friends group and having conversation. That is essentially what is streaming is all about, really. You're essentially having a conversation with somebody. Don't I have a good ocean that I've already drawn in the past? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. Actually, no, I can't find it. Screw it. I'll just draw it from scratch all over again. Thankfully, I've also organized my brush my brushes just a little bit better, so. Okay, so after doing a teensy more research into the song, at least 3 months of the instrument, but the entire song wasn't about Next or an attempt to monetize off of their death. It was one of the line used as a way to prove what they meant beforehand by saying, "See more fellas mad at the next person's than the fact that we're leaving hearses." Okay. I was concerned for a brief moment. My mom's actually not much for streamers, but like you, Joey, Zero, etc. helped her. She actually tries to talk to you sometimes in the stream, but I don't allow it because they want to tease you too. I mean, Xena, I've heard much worse. I've heard much worse in my past being bullied and whatnot. So I doubt anything that your mom would say would affect me in some capacity. Not that I condone it, mind you, but I'm just saying that I've heard worse. My stepdad has called you your boyfriend? Why? No offense, but I just feel like you would do a lot more better for yourself than this doofus. Not that I meant it that way or anything, but like I said, I feel like you could do a lot better than just this doofus, so. Oops. Okay, now we'll work on the waves. I had a waves brush not too long ago. Nope, wrong brush. That's what I meant by teasing. They stopped when I told them it would make you guys not want to be my friends anymore. Honestly, Xena, like I said, I've heard a lot worse. You really wouldn't have to worry about that. Something like that would probably not even bother me as much, unless of course I were in an already dedicated relationship with somebody else, which I'm not at the very moment, but. You don't mean it disrespectfully at all. I know. You don't have to explain yourself. It's all understandable. I understand that it's in good fun. Because again, like I've said earlier, I've heard a hell of a lot worse. Being racially bullied growing up was obviously the worst, and no one should have to go through that. Unfortunately, it has also built up my immunity and tolerance to bullshit. Does that make sense? Like, I probably should not be conditioned into feeling like that, but that is the unfortunate truth. Where in the world is that brush that I like to use? Ocean. Excuse me. My mom getting into streamers would scare me because she'd end up watching my streams, and there are a lot of things about my online presence, especially on Blue Sky, that I'd rather never in my life have to be the one to explain to her. Honestly, Kitty, same. In fact, the only thing that my folks know about like my about my online activities is the fact that someone was nice enough to like uh, get me a new PC and whatnot, and that's all that they were ever grateful. And that's the one thing that they're always going to be like very grateful for. In fact, I've even told my mom, or Mama Blues rather. I've even told them that some of you guys would love to meet her on stream, but the only problem the only problem is that she thinks her presence on my stream would cost me viewerships, or like cost my viewership. I even told her like, Mama Blues, a lot of my viewers would like to meet you on stream one day, and she's like, no, I don't want that. You're gonna lose viewers if I show up. I'm like, no, please. It makes sense. Mom went through racial bullying too. I already told you about it though, with police being called on her. But in high school, she was called the N-word a lot. Well, that's just rude as hell. I'm sorry that your mother had to put up with that. There we go. If I get asked what a puppy slash kitty girl is, I'm digging straight down into Minecraft. Oh god. Kitty, if it makes you feel any better, if it makes you feel any better, my mom had to ask me about what hitting the gritty meant. We were having this conversation on the way to like grocery shopping once. I had to explain to my mom what that meant. Not that it made it any easier, mind you, but that's the same brush. Perfect. Okay, that's all good. It's no worries, she's tough. I hate that's why she's tough, but she's always tried to make sure we never went through the same type of stuff. That's the best kind of mom you could ever ask for. Like, I'm not even joking. That is the best type of mom you could ever ask for. The one that's gonna protect you from the shit that she went through. Let's add some clouds in there for a mix, so that's not just like a static color for the sky. It's a pretty good color cloud brushes. Where'd they go? Better backgrounds than fits. Yeah, I'm gonna draw on the clouds manually. Screw it. There's the cloud brush. Oh yeah, she's amazing. She always apologizes for stuff when we was kids. I'm like, Mom, I would never want another mom than you. You're amazing. Aww. That's adorable. Oh, I forgot one more effect that I was supposed to draw onto the fin. Audio spectrum. I have an idea. Where's that brush? I mean, I once had a kid treating me bad and the principal pulled a stunt. I told Mom when she picked me up. Mom turned that car around and marched into the principal into her office. The principal came out white as a ghost. Hell hath no fury other than a furious mom protecting her kids. That's all I can say. In my case, you do not want to get on my mom's bad side either, because the sass that she'll dole out. Let me just say that not even a tub of aloe vera can help you get over that burn. I've told this story before, but like, the student tried to strangle me with my purse, and the principal threatened me with my sister with expulsion. Why? You were being the victim in that regard. What? That makes no sense. Alright, that's the brush I'm looking for. Hell yeah. Oh right, it doesn't. What am I doing? I have this really neat idea. It's way too big. It's also way too big. You know what? I'm just gonna do something else entirely. Where's the, Can I change the angle? Yeah. Because we was burning her with telling her. That's why I'm not good with conflict. I understand. But yeah, I remember having to explain to my mom the concept that there were some people that wanted a quote-unquote straight pride parade, and she gave me the most disgusted looking face. And she was like, "So? You're straight, but we don't..." So she was like, "So? You're straight, but that's nothing special worth celebrating." I wasn't even mad that she had to use me as an example, because I was like, that's true. It was so true. I was like, I can't be mad at that. We suffer for our art here, unfortunately, chat. Wait, can't I just use this? Or maybe not. I forgot that for some reason this brush just makes the whole thing lag for whatever godforsaken reason. I would use this brush more often. Unfortunately, it makes my what the fuck? It makes I would use this brush more frequently. Unfortunately, it makes it lag so freaking much, and I have no idea why. It's too bad I can't have this brush rotate or anything. Screw it, I'm just gonna do this. This is fine, brush size is fine, stabilization at 100. We suffer for our art here. Perhaps a bit too much for my tastes. I don't think that's helping me either, goddammit. Oh, I really want this cool audio equalizer effect, but maybe I can get it. I just... There we go. The effect is more or less like that. Then we make it glow, because why the hell not? Audio spectrum glow, save my work. We'll make it blue. Because why the hell not? Then filter, blur, zoom blur. Perfect. All right. Now to complete the lighting effects. Sun rays. The light's coming from this direction, so that means where's my lighting brushes? There we go. We need to use not that one, not that one, this one. I flipped my stepbrother and my brother copies my actions. Oof. A little bit of lighting over there. Go. Needs to be from here, so water splashes. Ugh. Why's the rhetoric so bad all of a sudden? I cover my mouth and my mom's like, he's seen it before. Then don't know how he's been sticking his middle finger. They don't know how he's been sticking his middle finger for a year. Probably not the best thing to be doing then. Oh, that's a spray. Don't need that. I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, that'll do. Then we do this. Soft eraser. There. Then we'll add the bokeh.
Cheese.
Ow! I don't know what I did to deserve the cheese, but thank you. Little troublemaker is gonna appreciate the hell out of that. Alright. We should also add some splashes at the front, though. Splash. Okay. Brown cheese too. Yeah. Okay, but aside from that, chat, I think I'm pretty much done for the day. Alright, not too bad. Where's my music? Oh, there it is. There it is. Hell yeah. Okay, thanks again to everybody who just chilled out with me tonight. I'll probably post this at some point tonight when I glaze it and apply nightshade to it as well. What else am I forgetting to mention? I'm pretty sure it'll come to me later on. But tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST, I'm going to, Kitty, seriously? Wait. Why are you all like this? Why must you torture me this way? Anyway, tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST, I'm going to be playing through Pizza Tower, because I realized it has been a hot minute since I ever touched that game, and there is a lot to that game that I've yet to discover. And then Friday, I'm going to be drawing for Fan Art Fridays a robotic camera VTuber, a camera robot VTuber. Partly for Fan Art Fridays and partly for AAPI Heritage Month. The only way you're going to know who is to tune in on that day at 7 p.m. EST. In the meantime, though, if you would like to keep up with whatever it is that I'm doing outside of my own Discord community, feel free to follow me on Blue Sky and on Twitter. But I should note, though, that I do not post content on Twitter anymore, as now that account solely is there as a formality, and mostly also that I can also support the friends who have yet to leave that platform to begin with. I also have a YouTube channel. I mean, I'm pretty sure the people on the YouTube side of things are going to be checking out the channel anyway. And finally, I've been told that I should be promoting this a little bit more often because I quote-unquote deserve good things. But I also have a throne. But yeah, aside from that, oh right, and I'll promote the Discord one more time. You need to do your TikTok too. It's funny. I've been a little iffy about growing on TikTok lately, but I'll be sure to write in a command for that after a while. But for now, thanks to everybody who came by to tonight's stream. Let's find someone to raid. But the big question is, as always, who in the world do we raid out to? There's just there's just a slew of good people that I would love to like throw love and support their way. Unfortunately, I can't really seem to do that when, especially since they're in different time zones. Okay, let's see who we can share the love to next. I wonder. Well, we could always raid into Lunatic's Laughter. Right now they're playing Baldur's Gate 3 with another VTuber friend, Peachy Momo. They are both members of a idol group going by the name of Arcade, and I think you guys would love to see what their models look like. They're absolutely adorable people, by the way. You should totally check them out. Plus, they're awesome dancers and singers too, so that's always a plus. Gotta come up with a clever raid message, though. Who is Baldur, and can we raid their gates? Okay, so here is the raid message for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, which I imagine is a fair chunk of you now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, chat, however, don't feel bad, because here is your raid message. Again, don't feel pressured into subscribing if you're unable to. I understand money is very tight for like a lot of people these days, but there you go. Once again, thanks again to everybody who came by to tonight's stream as always. But whether or not you are here vibing alongside me, or if you are just lurking in the background as I draw something really cool for you to look at, compose something really cool for you to listen to, or if I'm just outright demonstrating my clear incompetence in video games, it's all meant the same to me, chat. For the past 3 years, it has meant a lot for me. Like, this has been like the most attention I've ever gotten as a content creator, and I really appreciate everyone who has been here. I'm almost at 1,000, and that's just nuts to me. But I do appreciate everyone who always supports this channel, either through viewing, lurking, or through financial means. It is meant the same to me, and I appreciate everyone who does. But in the meantime, chat, as always, stay safe, wear your masks, keep your shots up to date, stay nourished, as healthy as well as hydrated. Above all else, though, chat, don't let anybody in the world try to kill your vibes, because you guys are one of the greatest people to ever exist on the face of this planet Earth, and I honestly could not have asked for a better community other than what I've been able to gather thus far in the 3 years or so that I've been a VTuber. So, from the bottom of this digital doofus's heart, thank you so much to every single one of you. Until then, take care everybody, and I will see you all again tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST for a little bit of shenanigans in good old Pizza Tower. This is Digital-Bluez, signing off.